Thank you very much for being here today, and thank you for the panel we have. A particular thank you to Vincent, because Vincent, you woke up a few days ago with a huge back pain, a sciatica, and you make us the pleasure and the honor to be here today. The topic we will tackle together, it's a very sensitive topic. It's something which is not that much communicated, mediated about. It's sovereignty, data, foreign digital interference, so I did it well. and to open this panel, I would like Vincent, if you can, give us your point of view on the current issues that's going on for, the leader in the nuclear industry, that is Framatome, and to explain us a bit what is the context, what is the issue, and basically put in tension the topic of today.
Sure, thank you very much. In fact, in cybersecurity, you are really three levels. The first level is having the right technical solution, antivirus, firewalls, and so on. So most company has something. The second level is the internal good practice. And the question is, if someone gets caught in a phishing campaign 3 times in a row, what does happen to this person? If you go to any industrial company and you see someone not wearing gloves or hat, and this person does this twice in a row, is fired. What happens on cybersecurity? In most companies, not so much. And the third level is your capability to be at the best technical level, to be able to anticipate attacks. And I would say most companies have a good understanding of level 1, a bad understanding of level 2. In most companies, look at even what ExCo member would do or what people would do at home. It's not there. And a very limited knowledge about the third level. And what AI change is all the 3 levels, of course.
Okay, but thank you very much for putting in perspective today's panel and today's roundtable. Now I'm asking kind of the same question, but with a different angle. To you, Marc-Antoine, you work at VIGINUM, so it's a public operator. And can you, with your window, give us potential agreement points with Vincent or differences that you see?
Bonjour. Maybe just in the beginning, just some few words about VIGINUM. For all of you, it's the national agency dedicated to detect and analyze what we call foreign digital interference. I mean, it's information manipulation campaign on social media and platforms. Now, from our perspective, and I'm sorry if I say some banalities, but I think all of us, we observe that AI is wonderful and now we have many use in all the field of our life: economy, social, medical, technology, and of course, in the national security field. When you are a malicious actor, AI, and especially free access AI, are very interesting when you want to create fake content on social media. In my perspective, in my field, informational warfare, I identify 2 main issues. The first one at an operational level, and how in the future we could better detect inauthentic or synthetic content in the future. It's a main issue for us at the operational level. And at an upper level, I could say a social level or more strategic level, it is for media, it is for platforms, and for us, that's how we could put a label on a synthetic content. Can you imagine in the future, on a public debate, on social media, for example, when you will have many difficulties to distinguish between an authentic content and inauthentic content? I make, for example, deepfake, audio or video. I think it's a huge issue for us and all of us. The 2 main issues for me.
And if you can keep the floor for 1 or 2 more minutes, can you give us the current state of the threat that AI is bringing, the type of attack that you see, and basically what is coming forward? Okay.
Nowadays, we observe 3 main trends for the threat. The first one, it's a more and more sophisticated modus operandi on social media. And some of them are using AI. For example, with AI and generative AI, you could create and animate fake accounts on social media. A fake account could be a bot or a troll on social media. The second trend we observed through AI is the capability to create realistic or credible content. For example, I mentioned deepfake, audio or video, very realistic. And the last one is more focused on the, the dissemination. I mean, you could massively disseminate the content through AI. The three main trends for me on my thread, I mean, information manipulation campaign.
So we had Marc-Antoine who gave us his point of view and views on foreign digital interference. Now Franck, with a more of a cyber security hat, and because you saw, I guess, a lot of situation with your tech provider on cybersecurity role, can you answer the same question, but with your perspective? What are the types of attack and the state of the threat currently with AI?
Alors, StormShield is a cybersecurity editor, so we are providing security products for customers like Framatome. So we are very different. The information we are dealing with is pretty different from Marc-Antoine's perspective. We haven't seen any large-scale attack for which, with our security teams, we think AI was the first vector. But of course, we are making use of AI to improve the security of some of our products. For example, one of them is named Bridgefighter, and we are trying to detect, with the help of AI, and to improve our detection level of malwares, of course, based on their behavior and what they are doing on our IT systems. And when I work with our CTI team, our threat intelligence teams, at some points, you are talking about the hat. They can really easily flip the hat and turn into their mind as an attacker and make use of AI to stay under the radar. And then using the same techniques, we can see and in the future that AI is also a mean to create a new type of malware against which we will have to fight, to do not produce the small signals that we are using as a security editor to detect and protect our customers. That's a bit like, just like the same for video streams. Some AI can modify the stream in order for other AI to do not detect that there is something happening.
Very clear. So far we had the tension of the topic. Like AI is coming and potentially representing a new threat. You gave us both perspective on different area of the topic of what can happen. But now we had the kind of the bad news. Vincent, can you bring us some good news and explain us a bit without, but as well with AI, how you can help in detecting, preventing, reacting to this kind of threats?
Sure. So first, there are really three things you want to protect. And you want to protect your reputation and big deals, typically in nuclear. When you have a 10 billion deal, then you can imagine that everyone wants to push. You have to protect the security of operation of your product, of your company. And you have also to protect your secret. Now for that, the way you can defend you, I think, first, it's to understand that it's a chain. So in this chain, you have technical solution, but you also have behaviors. So that's where you need to talk to your exco, because in most of the time, they think, okay, security is the stuff for the cyber guy. You wouldn't do quality like this. You wouldn't see the CEO of Renault telling, okay, quality is the stuff of the quality guy. Nobody in the plant should care about it. So it's everybody's business, and you should have more power, more resources to go for this. Second, there are solutions, especially, I would say, so in the OT, in the IT space, I think everybody has firewall, and more products have solution by design. In the OT industrial space, we still see a lot of companies that have a limited knowledge of the solution we're selling. For example, you have solution to identify vulnerabilities or unpatched equipment in your plants. You have solution to automatize the way you patch your machine. And in fact, we did them, we started this company because for nuclear regulation reason, we had to ensure that the patch were done as soon as the vulnerabilities were known. And last and not least, you really need to change the way you manage your cybersecurity, the position of your cybersecurity guy in the organization, and also the way you, if you are a member of the executive committee or CIO, the way you really support, enable, and help your cybersecurity, securing not just the technical part, but the whole chain.
Very clear. Very clear on this. Moving the hat back to the cyber security tech provider, you may have seen a lot of new users, new adopters, people which are new to the topic. What are the key advice that you can give them in this mindset of using AI to detect, potentially predict, react to a threat?
I will start by something. I'm a big fan of this parallel. I mean, when I and my teams thinks about IT systems or large IT system, I tell them think about them as a body, as a living body, because an IT system has a skeleton, has vessels, has muscles, has a skin interface with a lot of external systems. And when I think about AI, it's the same. I think about scanners for health industry, and what we see is crazy positive. We can predict sometimes now with AI and protect people. And it's the same for IT. The only difference is what kind of scanner do we need. And then that's when you start hearing about MDR, XDR, EDR. And as cybersecurity editors, we are working a lot on those scanners, the probes we can put inside the IT system to have the right picture, the right scanner, and then make use of AI to identify that there is something that needs to be investigated further. Then there is one thing very important, and Vincent highlighted. An AI system is just like any other large-scale software on an IT infrastructure. It's no difference. Usually it's pretty large, so the same healthy practices needs to be implemented, and it's subject to the same vulnerabilities and the same risks. If we resume them, there are three main ones. One is related to the supply chain, of course, of the data and of the engine we are using. The other one is poisoning of this data, which is cousin of supply chain. And then there is a gradient. It means faking some data to make the engine provide the wrong answer.
Thank you very much. I'm minding the time and giving the floor to you, Marc-Antoine, on the last intervention of this panel. Could you please take the hat now, but with your public operator perspective, and tell us, because it's the core of what you do at VIGINUM, and I didn't say VIGINUM this time, VIGINUM, sorry, and explain us how you tackle this challenge, ideally leveraging AI.
Yes. Alors, as you know, VIGINUM is a national agency, and we have a specific mission during election. We have the mission to protect the public debate on social media during a campaign on election. Now, why I say that? Because of this mission. It's a very sensitive mission, because linked to freedom of speech, linked to some democratic values, we must apply some principle for our missions. We have two main principles. The first one is sovereignty, the second one, transparency. The first one, sovereignty, that we need to use solutions and tools not linked to a private sector company. I explain. Because we collect personal data on social media, because we analyze personal data and we make some characterization of threats, we need to be sovereign of the tool we use. That's why we catch open source tools or solutions, and we redeveloped within VIGINUM the tools for our own missions. The first one, sovereignty. We must be independent from private sector, focusing on the specific mission during election. And the second principle is transparency. Because we are a national agency, because we have this mandate to protect election, we need to be transparent for a parliamentary control or justice control. That's why we only use, I say, free access and open source tools, and all the techniques and the tools developed within VIGINUM with our data science laboratory are really open up for other, for example, for controllers or other agency, which could, for example, if we have some, a justice case during an election, sometimes it happens, so we need to be transparent for the controllers. That's why we have these two main principles, sovereignty and transparency. And we try. Last week, we published a report on the Olympic Games. You could find this report on the SGDSN website, and you will read that some foreign actors, coming from state actors, someone use AI to disrupt the, public sector and national security actors focusing on the protection, to disrupt the protection we set up for the Olympic Games and also for the election. So we need to be transparent and we need to be sovereign.
Thanks a lot, Marc-Antoine. And Vincent, we noticed in the discussion and so on, and I will not give you the floor because we are out of time, but what Marc-Antoine you described is very, very applicable in terms of reputational risk for companies. And at Framatome, you see it, and I think in the audience as well, broadly. Thanks a lot to the three of you. It was very short and we had a lot more to say, but thank you very much. And one more time, thank you for making the physical effort, Vincent, with your massive back pain.
I need to be ready for any attack.
Exactly. Your robustness of the model. Thank you very much, everyone, and see you soon.